Howdy, everybody, and welcome to Dreams of Infinity. I am Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and magic keeper for this Magi-Knights Awakening game, and joining me around my virtual table tonight are Ashleyien, Hana, John, and Kira. Say hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Now, before we begin, we do have a few announcements to get through, starting with the first of our two sponsors for tonight's show, Hero Forge. Hero Forge offers fully customizable tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. Their easy-to-use design tool lets you build your perfect miniature online using a fully 3D in-depth character creator right in your web browser, which is where we built the tokens for this game. You can build yours today at heroforge.com. Our second sponsor for tonight's show is XSplit. XSplit is a high-quality virtual webcam background remover that works with your already existing webcam. Using this program, you can protect your privacy while you work or play remotely by blurring the background, removing it entirely, or putting your favorite pictures in the background instead. You can download the app today at xsplit.com, and if you use the coupon code RANDOM with a capital R, you can get 10% off of your purchase. You can find our referral link in the chat and show descriptions. Our next game is going to be tomorrow, Thursday, at 7 p.m. Central Time. That is Laropen Tales, Tyranny of Dragons. And our heroes are making their way to Revancia, which was a location in the Fab 5 campaign. So we'll get to catch up with them and see what's going on. Now, you can keep up to date in our schedule and everything we do here on the network by following us on Facebook as Random Rhapsody TV, on Twitter as @random_Rhapsody, on Blue Sky as Random Rhapsody, and on TikTok as Random Rhapsody_TV. And that's it. That's our announcements. So join us as we return to Laropa City and continue on with the Dream Seekers as they investigate the dreams of infinity. And we're back. You should know by now how we do our recaps. I offer up the Random Rhapsody coin, which is good for a free reroll during the session. Which means that if I do the recap, I get the coin. And I can use it in so many ways. And I feel like today would be a great day to have that coin. So you're all cool with me doing the recap, right?
I'm going to do something really stupid today, so I need a reroll. So let's see how I can do totally off the cuff.
Fair enough. In that case, Starseeker, tell us what happened last time on Dreams of Infinity.
There is ringing in my ears like I just got blasted in the face by a bomb. My breathing is ragged, just barely leaving a thin trail of fog with each exhale. My back hurts, a spasm of pain coursing through every fiber of my being. I just got sent flying 5, 10, maybe 20 feet back, but it doesn't matter. I don't have time to be prone. I need to get back on my feet. Make the fact that I and that all of us have forced a transformation to be worth it. We fought some cultists who were summoning another outsider. It peppered us with disorienting attacks that left us confused, but Skyseeker's strong magic helped make short work of it. We stayed alive with a defensive diamond formation thanks to Blossom Seeker's leadership. I guess I ran back up there too. It was exhausting, but our coordination finally saw fruit. Our training is starting to prove its labor was worth it. We are becoming a better team. Slowly but surely, we took out all but 2 of these cultists. One dropped a knife, but we were distracted because the other dropped Nova Seeker off the building. I leaped after him, but by the time I got over the edge, he was long gone. We frantically searched. We pleaded with the Wanderer to help, and they did help. Best they could. Blossom Seeker sensed them at Gittham development, though I don't think we realized till we got there. I drove Nova Seeker's car, fast and furious. Not again, not again. Rushed through my head over and over as Blossom Seeker, tapping into their special bond, managed to pinpoint their coordinates. I tried to cut my way into the building, but a barrier kept me at bay. We weren't enough, so I pleaded for Soul Seeker to contact him. James Ronan, our strange, loathsome 6th Ranger. I'm starting to sound like Skyseeker. I only dislike him for one reason. Well, also he tried to kill the Wanderer, but another more personal one. He came, and with Soul Seeker's pleading, we were able to get his help. We barely managed to keep the Wanderer unaware of his presence. Transformed at the back of the building, standing next to Skyseeker as we broke the barrier surrounding this titanic tower. My breath caught in my throat as I was sent flying as we serendipitously sundered the spell protecting our most evil of foes. And that's when I went flying. But I don't have time to rest. I need to get back up on my feet. I won't let this be like last time. Nova Seeker. Damian, we have so many arguments left to squabble through. I won't let you die, no matter what. You won't end up like David. What will my training have meant if you do?
What indeed? Well, I guess we're going to find out here soon. Anyway, there you go. There's the random Rhapsody coin. Don't forget to use it. It's only going to last this session. Probably. Anywho, let's go ahead and get back into things, Magi-Knights. So, Dream Seekers. It is technically now Thursday, September the 12th. 1996. And the reason I say technically is because it is almost an hour past midnight, and you are all still awake. You are standing around the downtown skyscraper that houses Gittham Development Group, which is where you followed Damian's presence to, as Starseeker said. All of you are currently in your Magi-Knights forms, and you all shattered your soul crystals to do so, in the hopes that you'll be able to bring down the barrier protecting the building. And apparently you succeeded. After that blast of light erupted from the top of the building, the barrier collapsed, and you can no longer sense its presence. Unfortunately, Blossom Seeker cannot sense Damian's presence any longer either. So there you stand. Well, most of you are standing, as Starseeker mentioned. You are currently on your back, just off the sidewalk in front of the Gittham building. Soul Seeker and Blossom Seeker are to the sides of that building, and Sky Seeker is in the back, along with James Ronan and his own Magi-Knight guys. The rain is pelting you all in a heavy downpour. But thanks to your magic, none of you feel wet or cold. At least, not for now. But there you are, looking up at that massive skyscraper. It is at least 50 floors tall, maybe even higher, mostly made out of black glass that you cannot see through in any way, shape, or form. But being inside, you know that the guard that's probably still sitting there can see out and see you. But there we are. The barrier is down. So, with that in mind, Dream Seekers, what do you all want to do?
Now that the barrier's down, Blossom Seeker is going to go into the to the telecommunicator and just be like, all right, guys, good job. Let's meet up at the front, regroup, and come up with a game plan. We need to do this smart, not just emotional. So,
and as you're saying this, you're speaking this into the headset or to your communicator. Sky Seeker, in the back, you can hear Blossom Seeker saying this to you, and as you do so, you glance over at the Magi-Knight form of Ronin, and you can see him pulling something out of his cloak. It's kind of like a handheld device. It's hard to tell. You're kind of a little ways away from him at the far side of the building. You said you wanted to be as far away from him as possible, so you can only just see him at the other end of the alley. But he's pulled something out, and he seems to be looking at it and pointing it at the building.
I want to move to the back, because I would assume that's where James is, to look for him. So as soon as the barrier went down, basically I would start moving back there.
Okay. So then you'd probably hear Blossom Seeker's communication as you're rounding the corner. You would then be able to see Sky Seeker there, and further down, the Magi-Knight form of James, which I'll remind you all, he is wearing a long, dark cloak with a hood pulled up over his head. He has big old goggles over his eyes that are green in color. The Magi-Knight armor just more looks like kind of like a jumpsuit or a tracksuit than anything else. It's form-fitting. It kind of covers him from the neck down. He seems to have a sort of belt around his waist that you can kind of see as well. All of his clothes are in dark colors of either navy or purple or black. So what do you do?
I want to move toward him. Oh, sorry.
No, please. Go ahead. No, I want to know.
That's wondering what he's holding.
Yeah, I'm actually just going to run right up to him.
Okay.
As fast as I can get there.
Okay. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I have a question from last time, because Kat did a round of the building before we did it. Was there any kind of fire escape or anything? Or just the back door?
I don't believe so. No, there's no
Okay.
There is no outside fire escape. It's just a big glossy building.
Okay. Just wondering.
There is a security door towards the back near where you are.
Yeah, there's a security door, and then there was like the delivery door.
Mm-hmm.
The main door.
Anything else?
If Melody was going towards James Ronan, she'll probably just kind of follow. And it's like, let's not leave Melody alone right now. It'd be like, I thought we were supposed to go to the front.
Okay, so Melody, Soul Seeker is running over to James. Sky Seeker is following, but saying, "Hey, we need to go the other side." You approach James. The the dark-cloaked warrior glances towards you, or at least he turns his head and looks in your direction before turning his head back to whatever he's fiddling with in his hands.
Is the only part of his face that's covered is the top and the goggles because of the hood, so you can see his mouth and nose?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Cat's just gonna be, what are you doing?
I'll just walk up next to him for now.
He does not respond to you, and instead he seems to be fiddling with the dial on the side of it.
If I'm standing right next to him, can I tell what it is or see anything?
Make for me a perception check.
Okay.
My wild guess is some kind of a outsider detector or something, but that's just my wild guess. Ooh, 14, not bad.
Okay. So it... trying to think of the best way to describe this. Have you ever seen, like, a remote control car's remote control? Like, it's kind of boxy and looks like it has a handle, and then it's kind of boxy on top, and all made out of black metal or plastic, and then there's like wheels on it and things to turn. It sort of looks a little bit like that. It is metallic in color. It has 3 different dials on the side of it. The big boxy part that he seems to be looking at has 2 different dials on it, just little gauges, like almost like looking at something off of a stereo. Like a stereo that shows the decibel levels. It kind of looks like at one of those. In fact, you're looking close and you see the word Sony under one of them. This is very hodgepodge. It looks like this is something he made. It's just a lot of parts put together. But the dials all seem to be on the low end of things. It goes from green to red. Like I said, there are 2 of them. There are 2 of these registers. Both of them are kind of on the low end, and with the darkest of green on that side. It goes from dark green to light green to yellow to red, and both of them are on the dark green side. Other than that, it kind of looks like a hodgepodge of materials, pieces from stereos or computers, that have all just been kind of put together in a metal case that very clearly looks like someone had cut with a welding torch and bent, and you can see like plier marks on the sides and stuff. Definitely a homemade thing.
Okay. I say, are you trying to detect what created the barrier?
No. This more registers. It's a bit of a homemade magic detector. I use it to track spectral energy. This one here, this dial shows spectral energy. This one shows aether energy. As of right now, he turns and points it at you, and you see the spikes kind of jump a little bit. We're registering more than anything else. The barrier's definitely down, and I'm not detecting anything that might suggest wards or further protections, at least not down here. It only has a 50-foot range.
That means we did it. Thanks to you. I'll say that because deep down inside, Melody's so worried about Damian and so excited about getting the barrier down that she just like is acting not herself completely, so she just jumps on him and gives him a great big hug, and also a kiss on the cheek.
This completely catches him off guard. Does not react at first, and then kind of looks at you, and like you, even through the goggles, you can see like there's a little bit of surprise, but he gives you a smile in return.
Hey, thank you for helping.
Well, it is for you. And then he looks over at Skyseeker and kind of shakes his head a little bit. Whatever.
-1 social point.
There is a little bit of color in James's cheeks right now.
Cat just says nothing to them, just kind of like, "Aw, cute," but doesn't say anything.
Ronan puts the device back under his cloak, and you see him kind of adjusting it on the belt. And there's a lot of different random tools on there. You notice now that you're standing close to him. This dude's kitted out like Batman, but the low-tech version of Batman.
Homemade Batman.
Yeah. But then as he does that, as he puts that away, he opens his hands out, and a gun appears in it. A long-barreled rifle with a scope. He says, "What now?"
Oh, you're gonna come with us to find Damian?
I mean, I'm here, aren't I? Might as well see this through.
Blossom Seeker asked us all to meet up at the front to come up with a plan.
Yep. I guess we should get up there, and thank you for staying. I wasn't expecting that.
Thank you for helping.
I say in the communicator, I'm not waiting much longer.
Yeah,
I mean, I've already moved up there. So.
Yeah, let's get back to Blossom Seeker, who's probably by Star Seeker now.
Yeah.
Where are they?
What's taking you guys so long?
What are you two doing up there?
It took a moment, but I eventually stood up.
Valid.
Are you okay?
I will be.
All right. I won't tell anybody that you got blown back. That'll be our secret.
Yeah, I won't tell either. The Wanderer says, standing right next to you.
I don't care. I'm on idle right now.
Wait, did you actually ask in the communicator what we're doing?
I didn't. I just.
No.
Oh, I thought I heard somebody ask that. Okay, never mind.
Listen, I understand. I trust me. I understand. But we can't go about this foolhardily. It will just have another repeat if we don't come up with a plan. I have one. I have an idea. But I need us all to be on the same page.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm like, start shadow boxing with my sword. I'd say shadow fencing, but that's the wrong kind of sword. Shadow boxing sounds more appropriate.
Well, since nobody else said it, the Wanderer's going to say it. Where is everybody? I figured they'd be over here by now.
I'm sure they'll be here shortly. Kat is probably coming up with some theories about everything. So, she could be holding up Melody as they're talking about trees in the church. I'm sure it's probably nothing. So,
make an influence check.
okay.
As I sit here trying to remember the different skills in this game.
You're good. 15 influence.
Oh, that makes total sense. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll just wait a few more minutes, I guess.
I pointedly bite my lip.
Wonder if you want to, since we can't get up there readily, do you think you could at least scope out the top of the building? Let us know what might be up there?
Oh, that's a good idea. Okay, sure. I'll go ahead and fly up there and see if I can look through the windows up top. Maybe the ones up top are a little more see-through.
Thank you. Any intel is appreciated.
Absolutely. And he begins flapping his dragon wings and flies up, disappearing against the gloom of the clouds above you.
While waiting, I'm going to cast Amplify 1.
Okay. As you're casting your spell, I imagine Soulseeker and Skyseeker have made their way around the building. As you're all walking, Ronan does say to you, says to Skyseeker in particular, the name Spectre.
Nice to meet you, Spectre.
What do you call yourself, since you're not exactly a Magi-Knight? And speaking of which... just Spectre.
He kind of looks at you with a thoughtful expression and he says, I haven't actually thought about it. Not really a Magi-Knight anymore. But I'm also more than just a mortal.
Yep.
Sorcerer, maybe? I don't know. I'm just a specter.
That's good enough for me.
Say, probably like mostly in Japanese are 6 Sentai.
Are they with us now?
We were walking around the building as they're saying that. By the time they make it around the corner, you would see the pair of them along with James. You see the figure, like, as the two of them are walking around the side of the building, the figure stops and puts his back against the wall and glances over around. And then after a second, steps around and follows Soulseeker and Skyseeker. You would see the three of them approaching. The third, James, in the long cloak, trailing behind him, looking very fitting in the gloom of the rain.
I think when they approach, I'll say, I sent the Wanderer out on surveillance. They'll keep us posted if there's anything, but we do have a moment to get in without their presence. And as I'm talking, I'm looking almost right at Spectre, trying to make eyes, just like give just a nod.
The Spectre kind of just gives you a level stare as you're speaking. He hefts his gun up onto his shoulder and he says, "Whatever."
Glad we're all in agreement. So, I have a plan once we get up there. But I'm not sure what to expect when we get inside those doors right now. How do you guys want to approach this?
Cut our way through.
Cut our way through? Do you think we could just convince the doorman to just let us into the elevator up?
Ow.
We have an appointment.
I
Salem's serious.
have had bad experience with that in the past, but we can try. But I say be ready to fight, because he almost shot me as a cute, innocent idol girl.
There is a side door and like a delivery, like garage type door as well.
They're locked up tight. I've tried to get in already.
Front door's the only way. All right. Blossom, by the way. I'm sure you know that, but it's rude to not introduce oneself, at least.
I should introduce myself. Skyseeker.
I guess we could just use the first part. We don't have to say both.
Spectre. There are way too many S names here.
I agree. But it's fine. It makes me stand out. Anyways, let's go.
You're special.
Thank you.
We could still change your name to Special Seeker. It's not too late.
Ugh.
Or shenanigans.
Let's go save our idiot.
Or N.
Ronan just groans.
I would like to open the door.
You boldly walk up to the double doors and pull it open. And the doors open with ease. You can see inside the building. I've described it once before, but I will again. Polished marble fills the room, the floors completely. The walls in the interior, all marble. In the center of it, you can see a single desk with a trash can to one side and a chair behind it, where a tall, muscular man wearing a dark suit and sunglasses is sitting behind it, hands folded and sitting on the desktop. He has a blonde hair that is in a sharp buzz cut. He looks extremely ex-military. And he just is sitting there calmly, facing towards the door. You opening the door does not seem to affect him at all. He's just sitting there.
I'm gonna confidently walk right up to the front desk.
Okay.
I follow.
As you walk up to the desk, like he's pretty damn tall and his head is like right there. He just barely has to move it up a little bit to look at you. Yes.
We have an appointment with Guy Gittham. I would appreciate if you could just buzz down an elevator for us.
You're expected. Go right on in.
Thank you.
Ooh.
Does he at least acknowledge which elevator to go into, so I'm not just...
He looks back and points to the one down the middle of the room. He says, first one on your right, the penthouse. And leaves
Perfect.
it at that.
And I'm gonna go to the elevator and wait for everybody to join.
Follow. I do the sock eye thing at him as we walk by.
The man does not react whatsoever. He does turn his head slightly, and he turns around in the chair, watching the 5 of you make your way around to the elevator. But other than that, he does not make any motion to stop you or to hinder you or to really even acknowledge the fact that you're there.
He's creepy.
That might be worse than having to fight our way through.
Is he under a spell?
No, that's just him.
He's just a good security guard.
Yeah.
Have you ever? We've been to London. Remember the British Guard at Buckingham Palace? I was holding on to one of their arms and they didn't move.
I'm going to the elevator.
It's fair.
I'm listening, but I'm just focused.
Heading up.
Spectre follows as well. You see him kind of heft down the rifle, and as he's walking past the guard, eye contact the whole time, or goggle to sunglasses contact the whole time. As he reaches the elevator, he kind of points the barrel in the guard's direction and gives him a little bit of a up and down motion. But other than that, Spectre does not say anything.
He could actually hurt him, huh? Because we can't hurt non-cultist.
I think this guy's a cultist.
He's probably a cultist.
I think he's a capitalist. He's just getting paid.
Isn't that
He could be a cultist capitalist.
the worst cultist of them all?
You are correct. That's true. That's true.
Social commentary on capitalism. Insert here. You go over to the elevator and press the button, and it dings immediately, opening to reveal a small but comfortable-looking elevator. Mirrors on all sides, plush red carpet on the floor, brass fittings, the whole shebang. You all step into the elevator, and there are a list of floors. There are, in fact, 75 floors in this place. And the 75th one is the penthouse.
That's a lot of floors. I have a bad feeling about this. But we need to get to our friend.
You hear
At least
Spectre.
we know. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, at least we know if we have to, we can just jump out a window and float down.
Actually,
75
what I was
floors.
wanting to talk to you guys about while we had a moment. I don't know what we're going to get into, but I do have a plan to get Damian. Nova. So, when I give a signal, if I nod, raise hell. We have no choice. But if I give a wink, take out one of those windows. Let's make a quick escape. Think we can do that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever.
I have a question. Is Spectre technically part of our squad right now?
Are you asking this above board?
Yeah. I'm just wondering about Amplify.
What are the parameters of Amplify?
It says, let me look at the exact wording, which I copied onto my character sheet.
It is actually a good question because same with not barrier, whatever. My healing stuff. If they're part of my squad,
restoration.
they get the benefits.
Yeah, it just says squad 120 feet.
Okay.
Oh, okay. It does use the word Magi-Knights, so I guess that could be Magi-Knights in your squadron within 120 feet.
I'm gonna say that, yeah, he counts as part of your squadron for the purposes of this battle.
Cool.
Or, not battle, but
Encounter.
encounter.
Yeah, it's part of David's soul crystal.
Mm-hmm.
So that explains it.
Mm-hmm.
So in a way, he's kind of like got a piece of our father inside of him.
Oh, no.
I mean,
I can only handle so much serious acting.
No, that's fair. I just...
well, I mean, if that's true, it probably makes David very happy.
Honestly, I have said that in case Tensei ever hears this.
Anyway, you hit the button to the top, and the elevator makes a slow, steady pace. I just realized now that I didn't put walls in between that. That's okay. Anyway, the elevator dings after a few minutes of a ride, like not even 30 seconds. It's a fast elevator. And the doors open to reveal another equally gaudy white marble room. You all look out and you see that there are more elevators on the other side. As you step out into it, you see that at the far end there is a very large, long desk, almost like a bar, where a young woman with colorful pink hair and a very nice-looking dress, almost cocktail-like in nature, is sitting behind it. She's typing away on a keyboard. There's a computer there, and as you all step out, she does look up and she kind of smiles as you look at her. She says, "Yes, hello. Can I help you?"
Same as earlier, but a little more friendly this time. I'll walk back up right to her. And, hi, yes. I believe we were summoned for a meeting with Guy Gittham tonight.
Oh, yes. I do have you here on the schedule. Very
Wonderful.
good. She presses a button and says, "Mr. Gittham, there are some individuals here to see you." The voice on the intercom is quick to reply, "You may send them in."
Can I try to... Oh, sorry. Can I try to look at the schedule as we're walking by? Because I want to see what's actually written there.
Actually, can I assist with that? Because I want to distract her right quick by giving her compliments on her attire.
Okay, so basically you're going to be walking towards one of the doors and try to glance over at the computer. Got it.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, and how are you assisting Salem? Or
I gotta say, I know we're heading into a meeting, but that dress is phenomenal. Where did you get it? It looks so good on you.
Okay, and Soul Seeker, go ahead and make a perception check with advantage.
Okay.
She says, "Oh, well, I got it at," and she lists off a dressmaker here in the city. It's not important. What is important is...
Got a
Yeah.
23.
So close.
Yeah. As you're walking towards the doors, you glance back and look at that computer that she was working on. It is black. Doesn't even seem to be on.
Weird. Okay.
Yeah, the monitor's dark.
Isn't it like midnight or something like that too?
It's 1.
It's 1 a.m.
Yeah, it was like midnight before.
Yeah, it's about 1 a.m. at this point.
Everyone's hallucinating.
Oh no. Ugh.
Or we are.
Or she's just using like magic, and the computer's just word that you like conduit.
Just for show.
She says to you all, you can go right on in. Either door is fine.
Thank you.
And she goes back to typing at the keyboard, looking directly at those dark monitors. Either is fine.
No, that was the Blossom.
What'd you say?
Same or both.
Do we go in different doors?
That's up to you. I think it doesn't really matter if we want to go split it.
I'll go in the other door.
Okay.
Which one were you going to, Melody?
I'll follow Aisha.
Inspector is behind you as well.
Of course.
Of course. That's expected.
You both open the doors almost simultaneously, and as you do, you see a very lavish office. The carpet is blue and thick. There are large leather couches. There is one single desk towards the back middle of the room, and there are a lot of people in here. There are 6 individuals, all wearing hooded robes, seated at the couches. A couple of them are standing at attention, looking directly at the doors as you approach. Behind the desk itself is a tall, muscular, well-dressed man. He has blonde hair, slicked back, a clean-shaven face, a little bit of a baby face almost, but a very squarish jaw. He is dressed in a 3-piece tan suit that is immaculately tailored. He is seated in a high-backed chair, almost like a throne, behind this desk. There are a smattering of papers on the desk itself. And behind him, you can see rows of bookshelves, multiples bookshelves, all filled with like trophies and awards lined up all over the place. There's pictures of him shaking hands with various individuals. There's a lot of books spread between them. It's definitely the office of somebody who is extremely successful and not afraid to show it. As you all step into the room, the individuals in robes all sort of stand up and look towards you all, but the man behind the desk remains seated. He smiles, a very large smile, showing you all some very bright white teeth. And he says, welcome. I was expecting you. So very nice of you to just come on in. I gotta say, I didn't think you would actually be brave enough to do that. But here you are. And I've been excited to finally meet you all. So please, come in. Come in.
Is there a seat directly in front of him?
In front of him, no.
Okay.
There are just the two couches that you can see, and the chair that he's sitting in.
Okay.
Make an insight check for me real quick.
I have a question. Are there any windows in this room?
Also, does his smile look like his teeth are fake, or they're just overly white?
More just overly white. It's just the kind of guy that you can tell has like had dental work when he was young, and it's just that perfect winning smile that he's spent years cultivating. It's one of those type of deals. Salem, with your 19 insight, you can tell that this room was specifically designed to make people stand there and be uncomfortable. Everything here in this room is designed to be a power move. And that's why there's no chairs in front of the desk. He expects everyone to stand when speaking to him.
Okay, wonderful.
Oh, cops are after you.
Oh, I mean, that's normal. That's fine. I'm going to start making my way right up to him. Confident as ever. And well, of course I'm going to attend such a meeting. When you create such an invitation like you did, it was... How could I say no?
Absolutely. Well, good. I'm glad we're on the same page. So I suppose let's just get right into it then, shall we?
I think we should.
You've all been making some trouble for my organization, our organization. And I think it's time for that to end. Since you came right up to us, how can we refuse that? And so we will be taking you all and ending this little war we've been fighting.
I see. That is certainly a choice, but I must say, I'm quite disappointed with such a reaction from you.
Oh, there? How so?
I am. Well, for one, the guy Gittham that I've been reading about and researching, I expected you to be, well, a little bit more intelligent with your decisions. I thought you would have things much more thought out, than something like this. You're a businessman, after all. And how good of business would it be if your entire area is compromised in a combat? It's true, you would probably take out at least one, two, maybe even all of us. But can you also suffer the losses of such a combat?
Oh, losses like that can be written off. That is, after all, what insurance is for.
It's true.
Oh, no. There will be no battle here. It's time for you all to give up.
Oh, and why is that?
Why, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
To answer your question, yes, there are a row of windows towards the back, to the right and to the left of the shelves.
Okay. Thank you.
I mean, where was I? Sorry, I kind of...
No, you're good. Salem asked why we would agree to end it, basically.
Oh, who has said anything about agreeing? Your consent is irrelevant. You are here, after all. And we have you. You will be going the same way as your friend.
Where is our friend?
Elsewhere. And as he says that, like there's a ping in your minds. Elsewhere with a capital E. A place that the Wanderer has mentioned before.
See. Throat is a little dry. Do you think you could get your secretary to bring some tea or something? I'm a little parched at the moment. You know.
He kind of chuckles at that again. That's adorable. No. This is only going to end one way.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
With your deaths.
That I disagree with. Because you see, again, I'm so disappointed. You're a businessman. You're a supposed genius, a lawyer after all, well-read. And I'm very curious, what does your business side think of public opinion? You've been up to a lot, quite a bit actually. And, you know, if, say, some of that intel were to be distributed to all of the local newspapers, the news, recently blogs even. The internet is really quite growing in popularity. It would be a shame if all of this intel and insight and information just happened to be spread across all of Europa, all of the nation. That would certainly put a dampener on your plans.
And just what intel do you think you could possibly have?
Sir, do you not realize that your limo may have been perused already? There was quite a bit of information you kept there. Not very wise. Also, one of your apartment complexes, my goodness, the state of it, OSHA would be very interested to see the state. Leaky roof, cracked, the pipework, oh my goodness, and you expect people to agree to live in such states? What would they think of Guy Gittham development? What would they think of signing contracts with you if they learned that's how you did business, sir?
Make for me an intimidation check.
Influence.
Or influence, I suppose.
I'm Yankee squatting. Does that help?
I mean, anesthetic? Let's see.
Yep,
I might need that.
Anesthetic did redeem an advantage for anyone who needs it.
Let's see. I think I'm okay. I think we're going to stick with a 19.
Gittham scowls and looks over towards one of the cultists to your left. You didn't check the limo, did you? The cultist pales a little bit. You can see that underneath his robes, he's wearing a suit as well, and his face almost goes the same color as the white collar around his neck. I could have sworn I Gittham points a finger at him, and you just see a ray of dark energy shoot from that finger, striking the cultist. The cultist goes flying back, repelled by the blast, and lands on the ground a dozen feet away. So it seems you came prepared to make a deal after all.
Did?
Interesting. I suppose an agreement can be made. The return of my property to allow you all to leave.
The
But
return
believe
of
me,
your property for the return of our friend.
Oh, I'm afraid that is impossible.
Possible?
When one goes to elsewhere, one does not return. But to sweeten the deal of allowing you to leave, I'll give you a gift as well. He reaches into his desk, opening a drawer, and pulls out a small satchel, black velvet, cinched with a cord. He opens it and sets it down on the table before pulling out what appears to be the shard of a red crystal, before dropping it back into the bag and cinching it closed again.
Was Nova Seeker's crystal red? I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
I tightened my fists.
Would the rest of us be close enough to see, or only Blossom Seeker?
Well, yeah, where depends on where you positioned yourself.
I think I'd be standing like around there.
Yeah, here, because I can.
Staying back.
I also wanted to ask when Gittham shot that black beam, I wanted to glance at James to see his reaction, to see, because to me it would seem really scary, but I want to see if James seemed disturbed by it at all, because he's experienced more than we have. You're muted.
My bad. When you glance back to see Spectre's reaction, you see at first when the hand is raised, his gun begins to point upward. But then when the other cultist is shot and thrown back, you see an amused expression on his face.
Okay. So are we too far to see what's in the velvet bag then?
No, you would be close enough that you would be able to see the shard of the... You're not that far away.
It's only 35 feet.
Okay.
So yes.
Those are your terms?
Those are my terms. But believe me when I say you're getting much more out of this deal than I am. Sure. Loropa City finding out how many pies my fingers are in would be inconvenient. But only inconvenient.
Why are you sticking your fingers in pies?
I'll hold out my hand for the agreement.
The cultist stands up and it takes your hand. I need you to make a roll to resist magic.
$21.
You feel a sharp tingling sensation as he grasps your hand, and he squeezes tighter than he definitely should have. But he shakes your hand and then withdraws. An agreement is made. I will have my property. And believe me when I say, when I see you again, and I'm sure I will, we will be having a much more intimate conversation.
I need you to believe me when I say I look forward to that day. Please return my friend. Or I'll hold up my hand for the shard. Or, yeah.
No, that's fitting. He picks it up and drops it in your hand. You return the papers?
I return the papers.
He takes them, sets them on the desk, and says, "We're done here. You may go."
Okay. And then I guess with all that going, I'm just going to turn and leave.
Does anybody do anything else?
I'm gonna stick my tongue out at him and then leave.
I'm gonna walk over to the blown back cultist and check its pulse.
He's dead, Jim.
No.
I look at Gittham. I just point my sword for a minute and walk out.
Get him. Yeah. If you want to, you can make an influence check to try to intimidate him.
Yeah. And there it is. Yeah, I'm satisfied with that.
He seems unimpressed.
There will be seeing you again.
A little too much idle flourish in your threat.
No, it's just because I'm 5 feet tall.
How tall is he?
Oh, at least 6'2", 6'3".
Oh no, he's a foot taller than Melody even.
Yeah.
That tall. She's got boots. I've seen them.
That's true. That's true. Platform boots.
My character height is after whatever shoe she's wearing at the moment.
Do you all begin to file out?
Yeah.
I think so.
James is the last to exit. He lingers back at that doorway, and you do see him pause and turn and look at everybody one last time before shouldering his rifle and following you all out. And I think that is actually the perfect time to take our break. This is 7:30.
No way.
So, we will be back in about 10 minutes, folks. And when we return, our characters have a lot of emotions going on, so we're probably going to delve into that a little bit. Stay tuned. Howdy, everybody. We are back. And when we last left off, the Dream Seekers have managed to negotiate leaving the Gittham building that was filled with cultists, and they made a shocking discovery. Damian's soul crystal shattered. And according to Gittham, he's been sent to elsewhere. The dimension where the outsiders are from. I imagine there is trepidation in all of your hearts as you make your way out from Gittham's boardroom and back to the elevators. The secretary, as you're walking past, calls out to you, Thanks for coming. I hope to see you again.
Have a nice night.
No.
Your dress is trashy and you should feel bad.
No.
You say that just as the elevators close. And there you all stand as the elevator begins its descent. What thoughts are going through your mind?
Salem is clinging on to the crystal. You're right here. I don't think in this moment he can talk. It's too much. I think especially for a teenage brain to process all the feelings that's going through right now. And I don't think he's going to allow himself a chance to feel until they're at least out of the building for the moment.
Do mirrors display our Magi-Knight stuff?
I'm going to say yeah.
Oh, I was kind of hoping no. Staring at myself in the mirror and like measuring the distance between the top of my head and the top of the mirror.
We're gonna get him back somehow. Maybe not today, but we will.
Yeah.
Melody, what are your thoughts? Can't hear you.
Sorry. I'm just wondering if he can survive without his soul crystal.
Good thoughts.
I would have to ask the Wanderer.
Spectre, for his part, is leaning against one of the walls of the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
His voice kind of breaks through after a moment of silence as he says, So, what exactly was the point of all of that?
We were trying to save Damian.
He said your friend was sent to elsewhere. What exactly do you know about that?
Only what the Wanderer said. A bad place with outsiders or something like that.
Where they're from.
And he said
The source of Invading Evil.
And he said we couldn't survive there.
That's from what I've gathered. These cults, they seem small, but they like to kidnap and send people there. I have evidence of quite a few missing persons directly linked to the various cults in the city. Going to elsewhere, as near as I can tell, no one makes it back. It's not anything that I've seen.
Doesn't mean it's impossible.
Spectre shrugs. Anything's possible. Doesn't mean it's likely. We have no idea what happens on the other side.
Starseeker, was the cultist dead?
Yeah.
One blast.
We just have to get strong enough to survive in there and get Damian back.
I'm gonna punch my reflection as hard as possible.
The glass shatters instantly. You see a spider web extend all the way up the side of that wall, and you kind of look at yourself through those fractures. Multiple versions of yourself, all with the same scowl of frustration on their face.
Yeah, it makes the elevator more interesting.
I've gotten this strong already, and it's still not enough. There's like glass just like sticking out of her fist. It's bleeding a little.
It heals pretty much instantly.
Yeah.
With the glass still in it.
Probably.
It doesn't pop out.
Yeah, maybe. But anyway,
Right.
after another moment, you hear that ding, and the elevator doors open, revealing the ground floor. The guard is standing right at the door.
Hello,
You
Mr.
look-
Smiley.
He looks at you, does not give any sort of facial reaction, but says, "Have a pleasant evening." And he extends his hand towards the door.
You said he was sitting on the desk?
No, the guard that was behind the desk was standing at the door, waiting for you
Oh.
at the door to the
Okay,
elevator.
I wanna step on his foot as I walk past.
I look forward to meeting again.
We'll see you again, sir.
You can either make a coordination check or just an attack roll. Either one would work.
I'll try coordination.
We still have that random advantage.
11.
I really
You still have
You-
a random advantage if you want to use it.
I don't want to use it on this. I'm just being silly, so no.
Okay, well, use my random Rhapsody coin.
Really?
Yeah,
I mean, oh shit.
use it. I want you to succeed at this.
Okay.
I
Okay.
wanted to exclusively use this for something silly, and then Scruffy just gave me a really cool moment in the elevator, and I was happy. Never mind. Why do we ever use that coin?
The coin is back, baby.
That coin.
The coin is cursed.
God.
Man, oh man.
Melody just stomps really loud.
Yeah, Melody
Stomps
definitely
next to his
stomps
foot.
really loud next to his foot. He makes no reaction whatsoever as you walk past.
Okay.
I'm sure we'll be seeing you again, sir. Bye-bye, Mr. Smiley.
He does not respond.
I-
Didn't expect him to.
As you all file past him, he follows you to the door, keeping a respectful distance between yourselves and him. You all push through the doors, and once you're out onto the street itself, the man pulls the doors closed, and you can hear him clicking the lock. You are now outside in the rain, looking at each other.
Before he has a chance to do anything, I'm gonna turn to Spectre. Thank you. I know you have your reasons for your assisting, and it's not for our benefit, but it still should be said and acknowledged. I
Thank you for
appreciate it.
helping.
He just
You need a ride home?
he shrugs at everyone saying thank you. Starseeker, you say you want to ride home,
Yeah.
and he says, "I'm good." as he's saying that, you hear another voice calling out. Where have you all been?
Oh no.
You all turn to see the Wanderer flying towards you from around the side of the building. Oh my gosh, I was looking for you everywhere. Did you go inside? I flew up to the top floor and tried to look through the windows, but I couldn't see anything. It was completely blacked out.
Not surprising.
Did
What?
James disappear?
Oh,
Probably.
I mean, if he didn't, I definitely tried to put my body between
Yeah. Like,
Wanderer and him.
before I say anything, I do kind of look around to see if Spectre has done the
Disappearing act?
Disappearing
Yeah.
act.
Man thing.
You all turn immediately towards Ronan, and he's still standing there.
What?
His arms are crossed, and he's just looking at the cat with his head cocked to one side. Well, the Wanderer says, so what happened? What did you all find?
I can't let go of it, but we know Damian is elsewhere.
capital E.
The cat was flying towards you as you're saying this, and you see his wings just falter, and he like drops for half a second in surprise before catching himself and floating back up again. He flies towards your group and then lands right at your feet, Blossom Seeker, and he says, "Wait a minute, do you mean elsewhere? Elsewhere?"
Capital E.
Oh,
Is that what I said?
That's what we were told.
That's why I couldn't sense him anymore. Oh no. And the cat just puts his head down, puts his paws on top of his head, and you can just see him, his whole body shaking.
I think now everything has hit, and squeezing the satchel. I think Salem finally admits out loud to everybody. Gittham was wrong. He didn't get the best end of this, or we didn't get the best end of this deal. He took my spark, and it's... I need to go home. We need to go home.
Yeah. Let's go.
He's the
You
bad
can-
guy. Of course he lies.
Hold on to his crystal for now. Their crystal for now.
Hmm?
Yeah, let's go. You can hold on to their crystal for now.
Just
We're gonna find a way to get him back. They're gonna come back.
no.
We'll take this one day at a time.
You all look to one another once again as your Magi-Knight forms dissolve away. You are all cold, chilled from the rain as well as the revelation. And none of you can suppress a small shiver. It is September after all. The suggestion that you head home is a good one. I imagine one of you scoop up the cat.
He's coming home with me. Let's go, buddy.
The Wanderer does not resist, but you can see him crying. As you all leave, Spectre, still in the same form, turns and walks by Melody. Melody, you would hear him whisper to call you later. before jogging in the opposite direction.
Okay.
Cat in hand, the four of you make your way over to Damian's SUV, which you parked a couple blocks away. I doubt any of you have a whole lot to say as you're walking to the car. But when you finally get in and start it up, one last thought does cross all of your minds. Well, shit, you still have Damian's car. Who's driving?
I drove us here, so I'll do it again.
And where do you go from here?
I remember where all of our homes are.
Definitely.
I think we need the map.
Can I have the...
Yeah, I'm moving it right now.
Thank you. Gittham Development. Why am I the closest? That's annoying.
I can drive.
course
I'm the
you are.
furthest away, so I don't mind.
No, she's not going home tonight.
Oh.
She's gonna sleep in this car.
Oh, well, Salem was just gonna leave it, make it look like it got stolen.
Yeah, I know, but I have a thing. Let me do my character
I
thing.
thought you would just park it at Damian's house.
Melody,
Oh, understand.
Salem, where is Cat? Cat's up here.
At the top of the map.
Yeah, Melody, Salem, Cat, and then I'm gonna drive the car to Damian's house, park it like on the street, and fall asleep behind the wheel.
Okay. Does anyone have anything they wish to accomplish before going to sleep?
Shower. And a good cry.
Probably.
And then pass out in bed.
Fair enough. Anybody else? No?
That sounds about it. Hey,
Fair enough.
what now? It's like 2 a.m. by this point.
Probably, yeah.
Where's Salem's house?
By the school. Or Ambrosia Cafe.
I'm just looking up sleep real quick. Bear with me.
Also,
Hey.
wait, what day of the week is it?
Technically, it's Thursday, early AM.
Yeah, not going to school. Not going to school.
I don't know why I can't find anything on this map.
Okay. Well, all of you eventually make your way to your beds, except for, well, Aisha, who
There it
is asleep behind the wheel of Damian's SUV. Your sleep is feverish. All of you have terrible dreams. I doubt this surprises anybody. So, this is what you're going to be getting. All of you are going to recover hit points equal to your Constitution modifier multiplied by your Magi-Knight level. You are going to recover all of your MP. I need you all to make a roll to resist purity check.
Con mod times level.
Yes, con mod times level.
Where's my con? That's low.
So it's
So
just
it's con mod
Purity
times
check.
level, so I only get 4 HP back?
Yep.
okay.
And what is the roll to resist?
A purity check.
Just roll a purity check.
Come on, why don't you scroll?
Okay. Salem, you failed with 13. Everyone else succeeded. So those of you who succeeded may reduce your stress points by 2. I now need everybody to make a roll to resist con check.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Oh. I mean, I guess there are advantages out there, but...
Oh yeah, you could use it.
I can't
will.
figure out how to roll con.
Just hit on Constitution. The word.
Yeah, you just click the word.
Okay. I hit the number or something and it just, ouch.
Cat, you can have the reroll. Or is there
Yeah,
two?
there's
still?
actually 2 currently floating. Dim Gray Wolf also redeemed an advantage.
Right.
So there.
Well, I'll take one. Just
Okay.
Okay, so we each reroll.
Nice.
Eesh. 11
So
isn't, it's better than 5, but
yeah, but that is still a failure, Cat. Everyone who succeeded may reduce their exhaustion points by 1. These numbers are.
not doing well.
Everyone also recovers 1 crystalline fracture. So I don't know why these are. Everyone had 2 except for Aisha, who had 3, but you're wrong on here for some reason. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and reduce them to what they should be now.
Oh, yeah, it says I have 5 on this.
Yeah, I know.
But you don't have
I don't
5.
know why it was wrong. It's so weird. Because I remember doing it in the last session. I actually looked on it and saw how many fractures everyone had. So I don't know why it got changed. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So yeah.
Okay.
And that's it. So let's move things around here real quick.
I'm gonna be exhausted. Exhausted and half HP.
I have a decent amount of HP left now. 24 out of 34. Got just a couple points of exhaustion. A couple cracks. Considering last night, pretty good deal.
I guess the temp HP goes bye-bye.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I had more temp HP than I got from sleeping. Only got 4 HP for sleeping. My con is only 1.
So your con mod.
Yeah, my con mod is only 1. Well, let's multiply by 1.
Well, eventually, you all wake up, and it is, well, somewhat early in the morning. It is now Thursday, September I lost my page, darn it.
12.
Thank you. September the 12th, 1996. And it's a rough day to be alive, I'm not going to lie. But you are all alive and awake once again. Aisha, you are awoken first to the sound of knocking on the glass next to you. You kind of shoot up a little bit, and you look about, and you realize that you're in Damian's car. And there, a middle-aged man who looks very strikingly similar to Damian is kind of waving at you and motioning to roll down the window or to open the door.
I open the door and say, "Did they come home?"
He looks at you confused. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Your child.
Why are you in my car?
Because Damian went missing. We tried to find them, and they had left your car in a parking lot. We felt like that was a bad place to leave it, so we brought it back.
There's a look of confusion on the man's face. I don't know what you're talking about, but this car is private property. I'm going to need you to get out and find someplace else to sleep.
Sure. I take the keys out of the ignition and toss them to him as I walk
He watches you.
west.
He watches you walk away and scratches his head for closing the door and going back inside the house. You hear, "Honey, and then the door closes.
I knew that was going to happen. My character didn't, but I knew.
Where do you go from here?
West. Where is this house exactly? Yeah.
No, that's
Slowly walking. You'd think to school. No. Slowly walking to Apple Eats to just eat and not want. I'm skipping school and not going home yet.
Heading over to Apollyon Eats for breakfast.
That's how you
fair.
say it.
Yes, Apollyon.
There's a grid and it's black text.
I know. Anyway, as you're doing that, the rest of you all are beginning to wake up. Let's get some laundry stuff out of the way real quick. Team leader, I need you to roll a D100 for me, please.
Please make it rain on my head.
You've got a 31.
31. Looks like the temperature is normal. There is no precipitation, and there is no wind whatsoever. It's actually kind of a nice, mild day. So let's turn off that rain sound. There we go. The next thing I need you to roll is... Hold on one second. I need you to roll the today's difficulty, which is a...
D12?
D12, yes.
We've got an 11.
Uh-oh.
Interesting.
It's not good when the game master says interesting.
Okay. So here's my question. Aisha's already said that she's not going to school today. Is anybody?
No, Salem called very early, left a voicemail on the messages because they did used to have those in the 90s. And preemptively, because I'm my own guardian, I'm calling myself out. I stayed out in the rain and got a cold. Be back the next day.
I'm a spoiled rich girl. I just don't go. I do speak into the communicator. Don't listen for a response that where I'm going to have breakfast and anyone's free to join me.
Melody, Kat, what are the two of you going to do?
I personally think that Melody would go to school because it's a distraction, but she could be convinced if people wanted her to skip, because they'd give her something else to distract her.
Well, you did just hear the request over the communicator.
I'll give you a bit more about tone. It's pretty stoic, but in that my voice is about to break kind of way.
Okay, then yes, I'll skip. I'll skip and go to breakfast.
Kat?
Kat doesn't like skipping. Kat's a good girl. Doesn't believe in skipping classes.
To a limousine.
Yes, but that was because Gittham is a cultist evil thing.
Well, if you're
Unless
going
the
to take good
teachers are all
notes for-
cultists.
That's what to say. Well, if you're going to go, we're going to need notes for 3 more people. So write down really good ones.
Well, if there's she'll probably take her bike to school. If there's time, she'll stop by the restaurant and give Aisha a hug or something,
We still need
and then go to school.
some gems.
How is Kat feeling though? She was
You
also
were
had
best
pretty
friends.
high friendship with Damian too.
Oh yeah. Yep. The highest friendship out of everybody.
If you do
Childhood
stop
friend
eating-
too.
if you are stopping at the eatery, I have a thing I want to roleplay out.
If there's time before school, she will stop.
It's early enough that we can say that you got time before school.
She doesn't intend to skip. Something might change, but she doesn't intend to.
Well.
Needs a distraction. Needs good grades. Needs to find cultists.
You can't fail a class if you don't have a mark. You have a chance to do a makeup exam.
If you can't decide, roll a die.
Yeah,
Well, she's stopping at the restaurant on the way anyway.
there you go.
She plans to go to class.
Well, for now, everyone seems to be heading to Apollyon Eats, which is a local eatery. What can you say? It's a diner, but it's more of a dive than anything else. But hey, they do make mean pancakes. You all arrive to find it relatively busy. There's a handful of tables that are still open. It's one of those seat yourself kind of places, and the restaurant's mostly filled with truckers, the elderly, stuff like that. You're definitely the youngest here, but you're greeted the same. A waitress comes up soon, hands out menus. Standard diner fare, nothing too complicated. Bacon, eggs, pancakes, French toast, waffles. You know, the normal
I
stuff.
just remembered I am covered in mud.
It's true. You are. The waitress looks you over and kind of scowls a little bit. But
It's
at
like
least,
dried by now.
yeah, you're covered in dirt, and you're dry, but you're still covered in dirt, and sitting in her nice clean booth. But she doesn't say anything. She definitely just scowls, probably anticipating having to clean up after you when you leave. But anyway, menus are passed out, orders are taken, and before long, it actually doesn't take more than like 15 minutes or so, breakfast is in front of you. So what are you doing?
When Kat does show up, Aisha hugs her and just says, "Please stay."
I don't like skipping school, though.
Do you want to leave it up to the dice? I'll roll influence. You roll, I don't know, willpower? Roll to resist? Wisdom, that's what it's called.
Well, we'll see what happens as I don't know how to... Well, what's your plan for the day?
We gotta... There's something I need to tell everyone, and we still need to go get those gloom gems.
What moon gems?
From the fight.
Oh. I completely forgot about that. There was more pressing issue.
Yeah. Still, we have a job to do.
Did the cat come along?
Actually, when Salem woke up, the Wanderer was gone.
That's normal. He's not right now. Physically.
Mm-hmm. Did anybody sleep?
Is everyone here? Like, are we all there at this point?
I assume so.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, so I wanted to see how their parents would react. And do you remember how our current acting principal seemed to have like no memory of what happened on that day?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't remember they had a child.
So the outsiders or something made them forget? Did the Wanderer make them forget?
Because the Wanderer made the principal forget. That was my understanding.
Logically, that makes the most sense. It's hard to investigate with, a missing kid, so
I
make things easier.
didn't think it would be that quick. Thought they'd have a chance to say goodbye.
Few people get that luxury. Maybe it's a blessing that they can't remember.
Yeah.
Anyways, how are you all doing today, Kat? To answer your question, sleep was fine. Had a lovely dream. Made some really nice tea, and damn, is it good to skip school today. I don't know about you guys. The tests were just... Salem's now just trying to roll the conversation now.
It feels like there's tests every day.
Right? Ugh.
I think I did really bad on the last ones. I didn't sleep very well, had nothing but nightmares. Yay! Had coffee this morning before I came here. Needed the wake up.
How are you, Melody?
I had nightmares too, but I'm kind of used to it by now. Didn't I have 2 nights of feverish dreams because of the book?
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's why. That's why I said that.
100%.
You're used to bad dreams?
Yes, it's just my lot in life. It's the expected.
Well, thanks for calling your friend.
You're welcome. I'm glad that it worked.
I wish we could have had a better final result, but
Yeah, I guess it's good we got the their soul crystal though.
Or what's left of it?
oh, we're gonna destroy that guy for what he did.
I'll tear that entire building down around him.
Just need to get stronger, and he will regret this. I mean, the church is still important, but messing up his plans is the priority.
Why not both?
Oh yeah, they both are, but
I mean, we can mess up his plans and take down the church at the same time.
yeah,
Seems like the church is part of his plans anyway.
I
Yep.
agree.
Y'all go
there,
back
buddy,
to
buddy.
Osborne.
Doesn't he go to church? I believe he was at the church.
David was right.
His bodyguard was. I don't remember if he was.
I
Maybe
spoke to
David was right.
someone with the pastor dude. Was it Gittham?
We saw him on the TV. Was he actually at church? I can't remember.
Yeah, I also do not remember who.
Thought he was at church, but it's been so long.
I haven't gotten to that episode of my rewatch, but we can assume that he's got at least some relations with the church, even if he's not an
Oh, he
active
owns a
member.
church.
Yeah.
The church started getting popular, I think, after he bought it or something. Like everything else he buys. I don't remember. Does he own the gaming company as well? And he owns everything.
Yeah,
Yes, he does.
but I'm with Salem.
And I feel like we need a camera to take pictures of things.
What was that, Aisha?
I'm with you. We shouldn't, every head of the Hydra matters.
I'm
That
sure
will,
there's other.
that will just help us get stronger anyway.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not at a point yet where I could build a barrier strong enough to block that beam.
Oh, okay. I have in my notes that Gittham and his wife and the security guard from the building were all at church.
Nice.
And I think he probably wants to. He was with the city council. He probably wants to become the mayor.
Of course. Why wouldn't he?
Or have one of his guys put in place. But he's
Like
definitely
any
responsible
politician,
for-
once you attain enough power, you're almost untouchable. So,
He's not
he went
untouchable.
through
We're
it.
going to.
If he just puts his influence into a politician. He can control the city without actually being the figurehead.
Yeah, he just puts a cultist in place. Or that security guard, or that secretary.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, are they? Do they have? Were they empty shells? Like, they seem to have no soul, no substance.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder if they ever do. Like, if they're all brainwashed or something.
Are they cultists? Are they just like some kind of brainwashed magic people that blindly do whatever they're told? I don't know. I don't know how this works. I feel like there's too much we don't know.
Well, I agree, but I also think that we don't need to know. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is important to an extent, but we can speculate sun up, sun down, but the truth of the matter is, it's not going to matter at the end of the day. We just have to fight them, take them down. That's what matters. We can't be boggled down by if they're a cultist or if they're possessed or thing.
Well, if they fight us, we fight them.
Exactly. So, what do we do from here?
I do wonder if the Wanderer didn't seem to react to our friend. Could the Wanderer see our friend?
Yeah, it was almost like he made himself invisible or something.
Or the Wanderer also seemed pretty distracted, but or distraught, but that could be a ruse. There's so much about that cat that we don't know.
But considering the last time we saw that guy, he shot the cat.
Every time we bring up Ronan to the Wanderer has just stops processing completely. Reboots.
Disconnect.
I mean, he did until after.
He's dead, and then he forgets that it's been said, and
whatever causes that could have been causing the degree to which James was ignored last night.
I thought he was going to disappear. I was surprised he didn't.
Character growth.
He needed to make sure Melody was okay.
Right. Well, is there anything else that we should discuss? Or anything? I think I need more sleep.
Maybe we should figure out where we're gonna focus on next.
I think we have the answer to that one.
I'm too tired and distraught to interpret ambiguous but really cool sounding vagary.
The church, sweetie. We've been there so many times.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, that does make sense.
They're also trying to get into our school, so.
Yeah.
That's true. Through Kat's new boyfriend.
Congratulations, by the way.
Yeah. How's the snogging?
Not my boyfriend. He's a friend. He's a boy.
Yeah.
That's
right.
Literally what.
Not like Melody and
girlfriend. They, friend? Shrug, friend.
Yeah.
Whatever, friend.
We're too tired for this, friend. Anyways, if everyone is going to nap, I am going to try to do school. And
I wish you
hopefully not fail horribly. I don't remember. Is it dance today?
It's Thursday. It might be.
I don't remember what day dance was on. It's been too long. I think dance might have been Wednesday.
Let's pull up the calendar real quick.
I could be wrong.
Where is the calendar? There it is.
Oh, dance practice is Friday. Soccer was Thursdays.
Okay.
Can I roll an insight check to figure out what James meant by later when he said call you later?
When's later?
Yes, exactly.
Love it. Go for it.
Okay. Just want to know when I should expect it. Ooh, 19.
Ooh.
You get the sense that it was more of an ambiguous, I'll call you later. Not like any specific plans or anything like that.
James
Okay.
being James.
Yeah.
He's probably sleeping in.
I mean, you can always go find
For a
out.
while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to stay with everybody else for now, but if we split up, I might go try to find him.
Well, Kat's going to be heading to school whenever it's time to head to school.
Which is pretty soon, actually. So, you're all, it sounds like, finished up with your meals and kind of thinking about what you're going to do from here. Salem and Aisha are planning on going back home and going to bed.
Salem just told them that Salem is actually going to go to Ray's used bookstore.
Okay. Kat, you're going to school. Aisha, are you definitely going home and going to bed?
Yeah, I'm going home. I'm gonna sleep.
Fair enough. And Melody, what are your plans?
I think I'll go to afternoon school, but I'm going to ditch the morning to try to find James. But my first place to look for him would be Ray's used bookstore, too. So I guess I would bump into Salem without knowing.
Oh, it's going to be awkward. Let's go.
Yeah, I imagine like you all kind of leave the table separately and start just heading somewhere, but like almost immediately the two of you go, well, actually I don't know, because Melody, you've got your rollerblades. You're probably just rollerblading there.
Yes.
Salem, how are you planning on heading to Ray's books?
Public transportation. Gotta love buses.
Gotcha. Interesting. So, yeah, let's kind of get into that. So, Kat, you're going to school. Aisha heads home, gets in bed, and crashes the F out. Salem would be the first person to arrive at Ray's books, most likely. Ray's books is not super far away from the eatery, and like public transportation, while somewhat slow, is still faster than somebody on rollerblades. So, but I doubt super long. I imagine that you'll probably get there only maybe 10 minutes after Salem does, but you don't know that. You just left the diner, put on your rollerblades, and started skating off. Salem walked over to the bus stop, waited for the bus to arrive. So actually, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe my timeline's a little off. Maybe she'd get there a little sooner than that. But anyway, you'd still be the first person to arrive, Salem. Kat, I'm going to have you make 2 checks for me real quick. The first one is going to be a Constitution check. This is to see whether or not you can stay awake in class.
Does the exhaustion have any effect?
How many points of exhaustion do you have?
1.
Then no.
So Constitution. Oh, I did better this time. 19.
Nice.
I gotta tough it out through school.
I cannot fail school.
And then the last one is going to be a check of your choice. This is just to see how good of a school day you had. If you fail this check, you're not going to be you're going to be gaining some stress points. If you succeed, you're going to have a good day. Unfortunately for you, today's a pop quiz day,
Of course it is.
which is what Salem rolled on the D12. So you arrive to school and find out, God, it's a fucking pop quiz again.
Every day. Every day is a pop quiz day.
Yeah, so you get to make one roll just to see how your day went.
Okay. What do I roll?
Whatever you want. Whatever you think represents your school day.
My best is athletics, but academic arts makes more sense for school.
All on you.
I will do academic arts since it is school.
Nice.
23.
Nice. You had a good day at school today, so you are going to be walking away from that with an inspiration point.
Wow. Thank you.
Other than that, your day was uneventful. Had lunch, went to class. Nothing exciting, nothing really interesting happened. There's not a lot of useful gossip going on. It's just a normal day. Now, Salem, you arrive at Ray's bookstore first. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning by this point. As you get off the bus and are walking up, you do see the little old Korean man in the window flipping around the sign to show that the store is open. He's still in a bathrobe, by the way, and holding a mug of something steaming. But he's unlocking the door as you approach it.
If it's open, I'm going in.
You open the door with a jingle, and you see the cramped, comfortable library bookstore. Old man Ray is walking around the counter as you open the door, and he looks over and says, "Wow, I was not expecting someone to be here so early."
Sorry, I didn't mean to ruin your plans for the day. I just need to browse some books for research. I'll be out of your way, though, so please take your time. I'll try not to disturb you.
Okay. Don't steal anything.
You got it.
He sits down behind the counter. He has that little TV set that he turns on and sips on his coffee as he's watching the television. Are you looking for anything in particular? Or are you just kind of hanging out? What's the plan here?
Well, Salem, I think first and foremost is going to be browsing. I think to get an idea of the layout, ideally he is going to start looking for books on occultism, try to get a little bit more information about outsiders as well as elsewhere. Ways to get there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, absolutely. There's a ton of books, and this is literally an occult bookstore. The name of the place is Ray's Occult and Used Bookstore. So
I've got quite a bit, but I'm trying to, I think, whittle down because, like, there's a lot of occult, like, local haunts in the Midwest versus, like, Wicca for beginners. So I'm trying to actually find more legit
Oh, yeah.
type books.
Absolutely. And so what I need you to make is probably an investigation check.
Okay. It's fine. 10.
Okay. Yeah. You kind of just settle in. You choose a bookshelf at random and begin searching. A lot of it is... Honestly, a lot of it's bullshit. I'm not gonna lie. Like, there's books on astronomy, or astrology, whatever it is. Books on tarot reading and Wiccan for beginners, and all sorts of different books like that. You spend about 10 minutes just kind of going through the titles from one bookshelf, then the next. Then the next. And as you're browsing that fourth bookshelf, there is another jingle of the door. Melody. You're feeling pretty good. A good skate through the city has given you some time to just get the cobwebs out of your brain and actually kind of focus a little bit. You arrive at the bookstore. The door's already open, the open sign is already in the window. You finish up your skate, you open the door, and you see the little old Korean man in a bathrobe sitting behind the counter watching television. He looks up at you and says, 2 customers in one day. Wow. I haven't even been open an hour yet.
I say 2 customers and I look around.
You look around. Probably about the same time Salem peeks his head around a bookshelf to see who came in through the door. You were probably hoping it was James, but there you see Melody.
Hi, Melody.
I say, oh, what brings you here?
Just looking for some light reading. What about you?
I'm looking for James.
Guys playing hooky for a date? That's cute.
I mean, James plays hooky every day, so...
Wish I could do that. I can't afford that. Ooh, the tuition alone, my goodness. Salem's really honestly just trying to banter so to lower any sort of weird suspicions. Shit, I've been caught. Okay, divert.
I'll say that Melody is very suspicious, but she also wants to mind her own business. So I'll say, well, I'll let you keep doing what you're doing.
Awesome. I will let you do what you're gonna do. So I just pull a random book. Go. It's the most awkward thing that Salem and Melody have ever had.
What book is it? I want to know.
Oh no.
The random book.
Oh, I'm gonna chime in on this one. It is definitely an Encyclopedia Britannica. It's got to be at least from the 40s, maybe 50s. Definitely dog-eared, definitely faded. There's a big stain on the cover.
Okay, I'll point at it and say, wow, you have good taste.
Thanks. Good research. Just what I was looking for. This is the right copy. I'm gonna go.
And as you're shaking it, a couple of the pages fall out.
That's how you know it's a good one.
You hear a voice from the other side of the bookstore. You break it, you buy it.
You got it, sir. I'm just turning and walking away.
Okay. I'm going to go up to the counter and say, is it okay if I go in the basement, or do you happen to know if James is here?
kid's not here yet. You can go down
But
if you
he
want.
usually comes. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna wait for him.
Okay. He just kind of
All right, I'll go
chuckles to
down
himself.
there then.
You know exactly where to go. We're past the counter, behind the cloth over the door, in through the kitchen, down the stairs. You do find that it is unlocked, and you make your way to the dark basement. You fumble for a light switch for a moment, but you do find one, and the basement is illuminated. Sure enough, James's hidey hole is still there. His computer's all stacked up. His big board of the big map of the city, and with his pins and everything, all that. You do anything while you're waiting? You snoop around a little bit, or you just kind of hang out?
Yes, I want to look at the map to see if there's anywhere that we haven't already discovered is taken over by Gittham.
Okay. Trying to think of what would be a good role for this. I guess investigation will work.
Okay. Ooh. I am super tired apparently, or something.
Super tired, and honestly, the map doesn't look a whole lot different than it was the last time you saw it. Same amount of pins are there. Nothing's really changed. There are quite a few the whole city isn't pinned, but there are quite a few buildings that Gittham apparently owns, and the map does depict not only properties that he owns, but properties that James believes he's trying to acquire, including the power plant.
Okay. Is there anything else in the room that I maybe haven't noticed before? Like,
there is.
Oh, yeah.
There is, actually. There is, you've never noticed it before because every time you've come down here, the lights have been dim. But there is a work table in one corner of the basement. It's just a big old workbench, lots of tools hanging up on a cork board behind it, and there's various electronics on top of it in various stages of being taken apart. There appears to be the remains of a VCR, a computer tower, a monitor, a radio. There's on the floor you can see more computers that are taken apart. A couple phones that have been taken apart as well. There's lots of wire, lots of that sort of thing. And you do also see several crystals on the workbench.
Like what kind of crystals? Like just rocks?
Let's see. What would be a good check for this? Academic arts.
Okay. 18.
You do recognize them. Some of them are just simple quartz crystals, the kinds you might find in a store or taken out of different pieces of machinery. There is what appears to be a dark red crystal that you're not quite sure what is, but it's about like this big. It's thin like a disc, but red. You kind of suspect it might be a ruby. There's also a gloom gem on the table. And another crystal, kind of dark greenish in color that you don't recognize.
Okay. After I'm done looking at that, I'm going to sit in his chair and wait for him, his computer chair, and I'm going to kind of tuck myself into it and turn it so the back is facing the entrance so he won't know I'm in the room when he comes down. Oh, I have to turn off the light first too, actually, now that I think about it.
Okay, absolutely. You go turn off the light, then go sit in the chair, turn it around so it's away from the door, and you wait. Salem, you've been browsing for another 10 minutes or so. Looking through more of the books here, still not really finding anything of interest. But then you hear the jingle of the door again. You hear a familiar, I don't know if you'd really consider this familiar because you've only heard him speak a few times. But you do hear a voice call out, "Hey, Uncle Ray, what's happening?" The reply is, "What's happening is you got a friend waiting for you downstairs. You know, I was young once too, but you really have to use my place of business as a date house." The voice replies, "What?" "You know, a sugar shack." "What?" "Yeah, that girl that keeps coming over. She's here." The reply that he gets is, "Fuck you, old man." At which point, the old man just cackles a little bit. Salem, you peek your head out about this time, and sure enough, there is James Ronan standing there. He's wearing a dark blue hoodie. He's got headphones that are around his neck. He's holding a skateboard, and in one arm and in the other, what appears to be a large globe. Like an actual globe.
This is hilarious because this is actually canonically the first time Salem has seen James when James is James and not Spectre. I have never interacted with this man before,
That's true.
so like
That's true.
Actually recognizing the voice and now seeing a face, I'm like,
yeah.
No, that makes sense.
He's tall, he's skinny, he has a bit of an emo haircut that's over to one side. He wears glasses. He's has dark circles under his eyes. Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks at you too as you stick your head out. And he gives you a quizzical look. "What are you doing here?"
Just some reading, research. And you?
Something like that.
Sounds good. Don't want to keep your date waiting. I've got more reading to do. I'll give him a wink as I go grab another book.
You see him shake his head a little bit. Whatever. Ray, keep an eye on that one as he's walking past the counter. He already owes me one book. Or for one book.
Dang it, jeez.
He shook out the pages.
They shook themselves. It's fine.
Melody, from your you wouldn't have heard any of this, but from your perspective, you've just been sitting there in the dark for about 10 minutes, and you hear the door open, the door to the basement open. The light is flickered on, and you hear a step, 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 step. "Hi, Melody."
What? Okay, I'll peek out from behind the chair and say, "You knew I was here?"
Ray gave you up.
I wondered if he would.
Just
Say
keep
good
running.
morning.
Just keep running into each other, don't we?
By total chance, yes.
What's going on?
Couple of things. One is, I wanted to ask how difficult it is to make a new coin since I don't have one anymore to call you with.
He kind of thinks it to himself for a moment. Fair enough. Walks over to the computer desk, which you're sitting in front of. He opens a drawer and rummages through it a little bit. Pulls out a small tan bag with a cinch tie. Opens it up, digs around for it in it a little bit, and pulls out a coin to hand to you.
Oh, you have a pre-made one.
Figured you might need a few.
Thank you. I take it and put it in my bag or wherever I keep my stuff.
Sure.
So I saw your workbench over there. It looks like that's where you make all the little gadgets you had on yesterday.
Being a Magi-Knight or former Magi-Knight gives you tools, but not enough of them. So I've been making my own.
How'd you learn how to do all this stuff?
That was always good with tech. Once I found out that magic existed and started checking it out and studying it, I just realized it's all basically the same code. So I just started playing around and figured out what I figured out.
That's cool. I never thought about that before.
I've had a bit longer to think.
Sorry.
I've had a bit longer to think about it than you have.
That's true. You have been a Magi-Knight or former Magi-Knight for a lot longer than me. I hope it's okay for me to ask this, but why do you do all of your work here? Do you not have a place at home you can set up shop?
Ray doesn't ask questions. And honestly, my place is small.
How big of a family do you have?
Make a persuasion check.
No, I don't want to. I always fail these.
Well, you can also use influence if you want.
No. Persuasion's much better for me, so I'll take my chances with it, but...
Yeah.
Good vibes. I'm sitting.
Next social tactic, you gotta take yourself some harmless and flirtatious.
Yeah, it's not a crit, but it's close. It's only one off.
Just me and my dad, honestly. My mom left a long time ago. My dad works a lot. He's an engineer. So, As long as my grades are good, doesn't really care what I do.
How do you get good grades when you skip school for weeks?
He looks over at the computer.
Online school?
You ever seen the movie Ferris Bueller?
Yes. Oh, heck. You
It's not
change your
hard.
grades?
I mean, they left they left the ISP number right on the top of the box. It's like they were just asking us to.
Probably don't expect students to have that kind of skill.
I mean, it's the most exclusive private school in the state. If they're not expecting us to use that knowledge, what's the point?
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, I'll let you get on with your day, but I just wanted to come by for the coin and also to tell you thank you again, because even though it didn't quite turn out how we wanted, it was much better than it would have gone without you.
He gives you a small smile as he says, "You're the reason I did it."
Is it selfish of me to say that that makes me happy?
He shrugs. It's okay to be selfish.
Oh, good. Alright, I'll give him another quick peck on the cheek and then leave.
You give him the quick kiss, and you're getting ready to leave. But as you step towards the stairs, he calls out, "There is still Gittham, though."
What about him?
You're going after him, aren't you?
Yes, when we feel like we're ready.
Okay. Well, if you're going to be doing that, let me know before you do.
I definitely will.
The taking your friend thing, that makes things complicated. You know that, right?
No, why does it?
Have you seen the cat today?
No, I haven't.
What do you think he's doing right now?
He's not always around, so I didn't really think about it. I'm not sure.
What did he do the last time one of your people disappeared?
Erase... Wait, did he erase people's memories?
Not probably. That's not what I'm referring to.
Can't remember.
Salem sneezes from upstairs.
Visibly points to Salem.
Oh, gets a new Magi-Knight.
Probably.
So he's looking for a new one.
Probably. Which means your team's going to have some catching up to do if you want to actually take down Gittham. You might want to do it... Well, I'm not quite sure what it is he's up to. Before yesterday, I thought he was just doing the same thing. Draining people, kidnapping, sending them on. But last night felt weird.
How so?
The way he talked, the way he acted. It's almost as if he thought you all were irrelevant. Now, I was expecting a fight. I was ready for a fight. I was not expecting him to just let you all walk away. Sure, say your friend upstairs did the thing with the papers. Shame I didn't get to look at those before. But I don't know. I think there's something bigger at play here, Melody.
You're right that it did seem that way. He didn't seem threatened by us at all.
And he used true damage.
Yeah, he's definitely got some powerful outsider helping him.
James strokes his chin a little bit and goes over to the map, looking at it. I'm going to look into the buildings some more. See what I can find.
That's a good plan.
Okay.
If he seems busy doing that now, I'll finish going up the stairs.
He doesn't say anything more to you. He just stands there contemplating the map as you make your way back up the stairs. And I think that's probably a great place to end things for this evening. Well done, everybody. You managed to get out alive and get some information. Oh, and by the way, you just leveled up.
Yes.
Oh.
Get ready for Giant Aria.
Yay!
That was interesting.
I hope Giant Area doesn't kill me.
Oh, that's right.
Scared cat was when she wasn't giant.
But hey, level 5. Well done, everybody. Been waiting for a good time for that. This is
You spelled
definitely...
here.
Yeah.
You spelled here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to be exciting. So make sure you start leveling up your characters. But in the meantime, I'm going to say thank you to everyone who watched this evening. We very much appreciate you tuning in and hanging out with us. Come back in 2 weeks. We got a lot of stuff to go over because we're going to be doing a little bit of a time skip. So we're going to be talking about that here soon. Oh, and I'm very happy to announce that very soon we are going to have a new player joining our team. That's going to be coming up here pretty soon, so definitely stay tuned and hang out with us every other Wednesday right here on the Random Rhapsody Network. It's going to be a blast. Now, as always, I like to go around the table and have everybody tell us who they are and where we can find them on the internet. And Aisha, you did the recap. Why don't you go first?
I was your Starseeker Aisha for today. You can find me everywhere that matters, plus also X for some reason, at Destiny Trio INC. If you look at my Blue Sky or X right now, you're going to see me crashing out the missing link that canceled, but also celebrating that we got new screenshots of Kingdom Hearts 4.
Kat, you're next.
Hello, I'm Ashleyien, and I played Sky Seeker Cat today, and you can find me here every 2 weeks.
Heck yeah. Salem, you're next.
I'm John. I played Salem tonight. You can find me here every other Monday and Wednesdays. On Monday, I am in the Aether Tech Wars, where I played Draven, my little fetchling champion. I love him. But you can find me also at Blue Sky, and Blue Sky only, at johnpoart.bluesky.social.
Right on. Melody, you're up.
I am Kira. I played Melody, and I'm the assistant creator of Magi-Knights Awakening. And you can find any way to contact us and any of our products on our website, magi-knights.com. And we also have our brand new cultist personality quiz on there that's super fun and fun to hear the results people get. So go check all that out.
Heck yeah. Well, I'm Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and game master here on the Random Rhapsody Network. You can always find me right here every Monday and Wednesday running crazy games for crazy people and always having a blast to it. It's just so much fun. I love it. You can find me on all of the socials that exist as @ScruffyWanderer. I dunk a lot on conservatives and post my own stuff, but other than that, I'm kind of quiet, so come hang out with me. It's always a blast. Other than that, I'll just say, on behalf of everyone here in the Dream Seekers and everyone in the Random Rhapsody crew, thank you, folks. It's been a delight. So long, good luck, and until next time, may your dreams be infinite. Good night.
Nighty-night.
Night.
Right.